Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching today's video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I created this glamorous silvery smoky eye look using a new palette that I received from Natasha Denona. Now before I go in with any eyeshadow, of course, I'm first going to prime the eyelids and I'm going to use this paint pot from MAC, which is in the color Soft Ochre. And I'm going to apply this using a P84 brush from Sigma Beauty and I'm applying this all over the eyelids. I just wanted to show you this because my skin has actually been really bad lately. I got some hormonal acne ever since I stopped taking anti-conception. I always receive messages from people saying my skin is so beautiful. I just wanted to show you that I have a lot of blemishes, scars. So don't get fooled. Like, I feel like studio lighting makes everything look so much better than it actually is. And I just want you guys to know that I'm not perfect. No one is perfect, just so you know. So I'm using this beautiful palette from Natasha Denona and I'm going to start with the color Transition. And I take a Sigma Beauty E4 brush and blend this all the way in my crease, going from the inner corner to the outer corner. I felt like the shade did not really show up, but you can see it like really slightly. It's still gonna make a little bit of a difference to kind of make the blending process a little bit easier. But if your skin is deeper than mine, you might want to skip that step. So I'm gonna take this next color and blending this in the crease as well. I wanted to create kind of like a V shape at the outer end to create a kind of smoky situation around the outer V area. It was a while ago since I did an eye look kind of like similar to this one. I will link that video down in the description bar. I think this one actually turned out not the way I wanted it to be. I really like the previous one I did so much better, and that one I actually used more warm tones. But I wanted to do a cool tone version, but regardless, I do like how it turned out. It did not turn out exactly the way I wanted it to be. But yeah, I will definitely practice and make it better. Then now next I'm gonna take the color Smoke, kind of doing the same as I did with the other two colors, kind of blending this in the outer V area and really focusing in this particular area to make it as smoky as possible. So I'm not gonna blend this shade all the way to the inner corner of the crease. I'm really focusing at the outer end of the crease and the outer V of the eyelid to just focus there and make it as smoky as possible. And I try to blend in the crease area a bit upwards to create a higher crease. Like, my crease is just round, normal shape, but by blending up some darker shades in the crease a bit more upwards, you're gonna give the illusion that your crease is actually a bit different, which is nice. I love that you can use makeup to kind of like manipulate different things with makeup. I'm gonna take the color Lash Line, do the same thing again, blending this in the outer V area to make it even darker. And now I'm using a different brush, which is also by Sigma. This is actually a tinier one, and all the brushes I'm using from Sigma are included in the brush kit that I created together with them. I have it linked down in the description bar. It's currently sold out, but it will be back really soon. You can also buy all the brushes from Sigma separately, and I have a special discount code which you can use if you want to buy anything from Sigma. I have been using their brushes for years and years, and I think they're just amazing quality. Also, I'm not sure if it's on all their brushes, but their brushes have a warranty, which is incredible. So if something happens with their brushes, you can actually get a new one, which I think is incredible. So yeah, definitely check out the brushes if you've never tried them before. They're just really good quality and also not super expensive. They're a little bit more expensive in comparison to like Morphe, but the quality is so much better. Like, I love Morphe brushes, but I do notice that they shed hairs and they just don't look the way they did when I purchased them. And with Sigma brushes, they always remain the same quality. So I feel like you get more for what you pay for, but still they're not super expensive anyway. So definitely try them out if you've never tried them before. So now I'm gonna use this silvery color and I'm gonna apply them on the eyelid, kind of like pressing and packing this on. You can also use your finger. I actually think this is gonna give more color payoff anyways, but I felt like with this brush I'm going to apply it a little bit more precisely. And the brush that I'm using right now is a MAC 242, and this is actually my favorite like flat brush, but I don't think MAC sells it anymore. I tried to purchase this brush a few more times because I wanted to have a backup, but every time I ordered this brush, I actually receive a different one, which is so weird, and it actually says 242S, but I just want to have the original, like the 242, but I don't know, for some reason I can't get my hands on it anymore. But it's a really nice brush also for creating a cut crease. Just because the brush is so flat, you can work really precise with it. It's just a really nice brush. So now I'm going in with this glitter from MAC. It's the Reflex Gold, and I'm using this glitter adhesive from Anastasia Beverly Hills to apply it. And I just used a little bit of the glitter adhesive on my finger, and then I went like really softly into the glitter and then pressed it on top of the eyelid. Now I haven't applied any foundation yet, so you definitely want to make sure you do this before applying your foundation. This will make sure that your foundation is not going to be covered up with glitters, because I did have some fallout, but since I haven't worn any makeup yet, that didn't matter, since I was gonna clean it up anyways. So now I went in with some gel eyeliner. I used my favorite drugstore one, which is my Maybelline, the Studio Gel Eyeliner, and I created a simple line above the lash line using a brush from Sigma in the number E75, which is called the Angled Brow Brush. So it's originally for brows, but I use it for my eyeliner. It's my favorite. And then I went in with some black eyeshadow and blended this around the edges, and kind of like upwards, to create a smoked up effect, which I really like. It just gives a really sexy effect. I don't know how to describe it, but there's just something about this that I really like. So now I used a tissue to kind of like remove the excess eyeshadow that fall on my face and the glitters also. And then I went in with the Shape Tape Concealer from Tarte Cosmetics. I always use the color light medium. And I went in with a Sigma E25 brush with a little bit of concealer and smudge this underneath the outer end of the eyeshadow. This way it's gonna clean up the eyeshadow and make everything look more neat. Then now I went in with some face cream and the Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury, applying this on all the places where I wanted to glow up my skin. I always use it on the cheekbones, a little bit on the forehead, and a little bit above the lips, and then I use my hands to kind of like blend this into the skin. This is just an incredible, beautiful product. If you want to make your skin look glowy, this is gonna give you the most natural looking glow from within. Like, I'm not a huge glowy skin kind of person because I have oily skin, but this is just a must-have. I absolutely love it. It's just so pretty. I will recommend it to everyone. So after blending this into the skin, I'm going in with this foundation from L'Oreal. It's the Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Foundation. It's an incredible drugstore foundation, and I'm using it in the shade Golden Sun. I first use my finger to kind of like dab the product onto the skin to make sure that it's everywhere. And then after this, I'm going to buff it in using a Real Techniques buffer brush. But I just wanted to kind of like cover up my face first. So like I said earlier, I really struggle with hormonal acne, even though I really try to kind of like keep it under control by avoiding like dairy products, sugar. I really try to eat as healthy as possible because I always notice every time I eat unhealthy, it will show up on my skin immediately. So I really have to be careful with what I eat. And I try to keep my skincare routine as simple as possible. This way, if something triggers it, I know that it's maybe a new product I use. So I just want to keep it simple. And I already noticed a bit of a difference because before this, I actually used so many different products. Like every night I would use something different. So now I decided to just keep it as simple as possible and try to focus on my food, and this way I kind of know what is triggering it, because when you use so many different products you don't even know if it's maybe the food or just your hormones or maybe the skincare you're using. So I'm kind of trying to figure out what is causing it, but definitely the hormones, because ever since I stopped taking birth control, my skin has never looked so bad, even though I feel like on camera it doesn't look as bad as it is in real life, because the lightnings will kind of make your skin look better than it actually is. But yeah, I'm working on it. If you guys have any tips, definitely let me know in the comments. Yeah, any tips will be welcome. So right now you can see I use the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. I was kind of talking, but I hopefully by everything I showed you guys, you saw what I was doing. So now I'm gonna take this palette from BH Cosmetics, which has these really beautiful peachy shades, and I'm using the color Peachy Keen, and I'm using a highlighting brush from e.l.f., which is such a nice brush to use for your blush. I'm using this on the apples of my cheeks. I'm actually a huge blush lover. I love blush. Like, I don't even care if it's too much. I just love how it looks, and it just adds that little bit of freshness to the face, which I think is really pretty. Now I'm going in with lip liner, and I'm using the lip liner from MAC. I think this is in the shade Strip Down. Not quite sure, or it's Oak. They look really similar. Oh, I think it's Oak. It's a really natural brownish nude. Then now I'm gonna use this liquid lipstick, liquid lipstick, which is from L'Oreal. I will put the name in the description bar. It's a really pretty nude color. And then I went in with a concealer brush to kind of like blend it out. And then back in with the lip liner to make sure that everything looks nicely together. Now I'm taking a Sigma Beauty flat definer brush using this dark color, and I'm kind of pressing this underneath the lower lash line. You can see, since I also used that shade in the outer end of the eyelid, it now kind of connects the lower lash line with the outer V smokiness. Then I'm taking this shade and smudging this all the way underneath the lower lash line. I think so far it's looking really good, but still I had something else in mind. I wanted even more smokiness in the outer V, I think. I feel like the outer V is kind of smoky, but I wanted it to be even more smoky. But for some reason, it just wasn't working for me. I don't know, I probably had to apply even more product. So now I'm going to use this pencil from Marc Jacobs, which wasn't applying really well. For some reason, the color payoff was kind of not working in my favor, but I wanted to use a brown with kind of like a cool undertone and not like really warm tone, because I felt like a cool tone will just look better overall, since all the shades we used are a cool tone. But I felt like too cool tone would be too cool tone, so I went in with a brown with a cool undertone. So yeah, now I went in with this mascara, which is from Charlotte Tilbury, a super amazing mascara. I love it, makes my lashes super long. But I am going in with fake lashes like I always do, so I'm never really focused on my upper lashes. But this one is actually really nice for the upper lashes. It really makes them really black, really long. But today I wasn't really focused on making them look really good, since I went in with lashes. And then yeah, this is the end result. I really hope you all enjoyed this makeup tutorial. Let me know if you enjoyed. Give this video a thumbs up. This is really helpful for my YouTube channel, and this way I know what you guys like to see. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys!